Thank you, Harry and Mega Man. And as you saw it, Denmark had a pretty huge lead, but Netherlands on the CD side able to, bring some rounds back, but just wasn't enough. That Molotov, that last round, that finish.
Yep, I thought he was going to defuse there.
Yeah, me too. 16 to 12, both predictions wrong, unfortunately. But our audio technician, he got it right. Although he did say it like in the beginning of the second half, so he's gonna get like a half a point.
Yeah,
is that okay?
Point, yeah.
So half a point for Victor.
Who's Victor?
The audio technician.
Oh.
Your thoughts, Rema? Okay, that's sure.
Yeah.
Rema, your thoughts on the game?
I think Denmark really played their CD side well. On T side, they had, I think, the forced buys and those kind of stuff ruined them at the beginning, because I think they had a plant in the first round and they decided to go for the full buy with deagles, head armor, and few smokes and flashes, but didn't really work out for them. Maybe if they went that round full eco, and then buy next round, I think Netherlands at that point would not have as much as money as they had coming into the fourth round with the full buy of Denmark. So all in all, great play from Denmark. I think they deserved this win. They played really good their city side.
Dusan, seems like Chris J was more than able to get them, not 9, but 12 rounds. He was top fragging for Netherlands, it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, the couple of rounds that went into Netherlands' favor. Case King and Chris J did really step up. Denmark was being Denmark. Like, they won their pick, and they had a really solid game. Although it has to be said, Netherlands did make a couple of mistakes that shouldn't be made, and probably one of those mistakes was that forced buy. That why would you force buy? Like, just go full eco, and then you have a full buy on your third round. So
no, go on.
So basically, a lot of mistakes coming on the Netherlands, and that's maybe why they couldn't have reached maybe that overtime and then try there. But overall, good performance of Denmark on their map pick. So we'll see how it goes from here.
Rema, you have a replay for us from the city half.
From Denmark. I think that this is one of the points where Denmark really uses their utility well. Like, they got first flash, then Chris J wants to pick a second flash, and MSL picks, and the third flash coming in, and Dupree and MSL clean it out a bit there, and Chris J is the only guy left here. But I think that their usage of utility was really good in this round, even though they had Netherlands had that execute for A with smokes. They were in the site, and they were close to each other, so they can pop flash for each other and so on, and they really did it well. I think that was the awesome play from Denmark.
Yeah, that was probably the best case scenario for Netherlands. Yeah. Preparing for that A execute, even having that first kill in ramp. Yeah. I mean, basically that's, all goes your way, and then I gotta agree, those flashes were quite good for Denmark. Yeah. But that was it for Mirage. We're moving on to Dust 2, and that's the pick from Netherlands. They were able to take 12 rounds this time, not 8 like in the last one. Does that mean they can maybe take this Dust 2, Dusan?
Yeah, I mean, we said that on Dust 2, Cajun is pretty well known what his positions and what he wants to do with the AWP. On the other hand, you have Chris J that really likes to play AWP on Dust 2, and my cast was underperforming in this first map, so we might see him come back stronger on Dust 2 and bounce back, maybe play that secondary upper more efficiently than on Mirage. I mean, overall, I think Denmark still has the upper hand just based on what we saw in the first map, but I wouldn't count Netherlands just yet.
Rema, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think Netherlands can definitely put up a good fight here. I'm just worried for them if Denmark again goes with 5 or 6 rounds in a row and they run away with that half, for example, like 11-4 or 10-5. So if it comes to that case, I think Denmark is going to win it again. But if it's a close scoreline, it's going to be an awesome second map. Sorry.
What? Sorry, I was just.
It's going to be an awesome second map. If it's a close scoreline.
I was just thinking before we go to the predictions. let's remind our viewers that we have a giveaway for you. We have some Fate Case knife replicas, we have mouse pads, jerseys, TWC jerseys, TWC mouse pads, some nice in-game skins. All that you can check out at bit.ly/TWC2K16. You'll have all the info that you need there. You need to show your support for your national team, take a picture, or be creative and get into that competition, win some cool stuff. Sorry, Emma. Start with your prediction for Dust 2. Yeah, I know you said 2-0. You're going to stick with that?
Yep, of course. I think this is going to be a bit closer with my prediction, 16-6, but I'll go with 16-10 for Denmark.
Okay. Lucian?
I'm still gonna stick with 2-0. You said what, 16-2?
10.
You have to give it a little bit more to the Netherlands, no? So I'm gonna say 16-14.
16-14?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a close one. I just want to see Maikes perform like he was nowhere to be found in Mirage, and he has to step up at one point, and this is that point for his team. And even with that being said, I still want to see a good game, and I think Denmark is going to be a better team.
At one point, winner go home, right?
Yeah. Since we have some more time left, maybe we could see the bracket, so we can just clarify what happened so far in the main qualifier for EU. As we can see, France topping Group A with 2 straight wins. Same could be said for Belgium in Group B, Kazakhstan in Group C, and Sweden. You could expect, I mean, France and Sweden, it was quite expected, but then again, Belgium and especially Kazakhstan, that's quite unexpected. So congrats to those teams, I guess.
Yeah, to me, like I expected Russia and Turkey to be the top 2 teams, and in Group B, and we are gonna see today one of them go home, and that's a big surprise to me. On the other hand, no one could have predicted, I think, Kazakhstan winning and topping that Group C, and we'll see Poland or Norway tomorrow, right? Tomorrow? No. Monday?
That's like 13th of September.
13th,
yeah,
I think something around there.
I mean,
Poland
we'll
against
see
Norway and Germany against Finland.
We have freedom.
Freedom?
I don't know what's that. You know what's freedom?
You know what's freedom?
No.
USA brings you the freedom.
Oh, okay.
Mega Man brings the
Yeah, that's enough from the studio. Let's go into the game. It's going to be Denmark against Netherlands on Dust 2. Harry and Mega Man, take it away.
I don't know what the hell is going on anymore, Harry. Nah, me neither. I'm past the point of understanding. And, I'm just gonna say his name as American as I possibly can every time that it comes up anymore. How's that? Just because I don't have Georgia today, so I can just look at him and I can say, thank you, Bukin Spogen. That's the one. Yeah, no, that's actually it. That's flawless pronunciation, I know. I know he's going to love that, too. Get a little Americanized in that one. So, map number 1 goes away 16-11 for the Danish side. Now, that was their map pick. We are going to fast forward now on to map number 2. This is going to be Dust 2. This is the Netherlands pick, but as I said, this is a little bit inherently dangerous for them. Now, granted, this is going to be a strong map for the Netherlands side. It's a pretty common puggy map. But if you look back in the history of the Danish side on this one, especially when it was 3 out of the 5 players in here that were actually on the same team, or 2 out of the 5 players, pardon me, Dupree and Cajun B were together. That was when Astralis and formerly the TSM lineup were extremely strong on this matchup, on this map. Cajun B on the CD side opting from Carr, very, very strong from him. Dupree just very mobile across the map. And then now you've got Caribbean, you've got MSL, the mastermind, you've got Magic Boy, just a raw aimer to do some serious stuff. But look at this push up to the top side of mid as Fasher is just going to find 2 1-taps, make it a third. We'll be looking for some more at the top side of mid, but Fasher doing work into this round.
Yeah, no, I mean, getting those 3 early on is going to prove very, very good for the Netherlands, although Chimey, one of his own, is going to be Dupree, finds that kill on K's King down in mid, and that's going to put into a 2-1-2, so the advantage from the Netherlands side actually getting squandered early on. And now Denmark, they're going to be trying to head over towards A's site. Cajun B heading through towards long. Dupree is going to be coming in to back him up over towards short. And well, it's all going to fall onto Fashir, looking to complete some sort of 4K race here. to clutch this out as they start to push out towards the A site. Mike S very far away is finally going to be rotating in from lower tunnels. For sure, trying to do all he can. Is going to get taken down by Cajun-B. And now the A site is going to be theirs for the taking. Plant's coming in for short. Oh, sorry, for safe plant. My bad. And Mike S is left in this 1 versus 2. He's trying to clutch it out to get the first round on the board for the Netherlands side. It just isn't going to happen as dupreeh finds him. And it's going to go 1-0.
Good opening start here for the Denmark side as they get the recovery. It's a little bit unfortunate that the only 3 kills that the Netherlands get out of that round are those 3 one-taps at the top side of mid. It's he's probably sitting over there going, come on, guys. What the hell? Nice shot from Magiskboy down onto Mike S in the bottom side of mid. Tries to get a little bit aggressive. They're going to be going full rush in towards the B-bomb site. This 5-7 could chew him up, and it does find 1, but it's not going to be able to find any more as Careby with the UMP is going to be able to trade that one out immediately, and the man advantage swung back to the Denmark side. They are going to go for the plant here in the B-bomb site, and now it's going to be Chris J to try his hand at mid double doors, and that's going to be Magiskboy again punishing. One more player at the mid to deal with as they push on out. And Fasher, he's been a god with these pistols so far. I think he's only shot like 4 bullets thus far in this map, and he's gotten 4 kills. But Oversoul coming around from long A is going to be able to find one good flashbang after the top side. Might be able to find a second pick. Unfortunately, not going to be able to land the shots before Careby is unblinded, and Denmark will keep 2 alive into the next round. So 2-0 scoreline, but it is relatively expensive as they do lose 3 guns into that one, and one of them being an AK.
Yeah, it's going to put a little bit of damage into their economy, but when you look at it, it's still going fairly strong, and they should be able to take this to 3-0. Like you say, though, for sure, he's shot 4 bullets so far, 4 kills, and has a 100% headshot ratio, so he's definitely in a good place right now. An aggressive push-up short from Denmark is going to get them over towards A site early on, but they actually opt to go down into mid as Magisk, MSL, Cajun-B, they all chime in all at once, and in the blink of an eye and in a flurry of kills, it's going to go 3-0 in favor of Denmark. That happened so quickly that that was just ridiculous. I mean, Netherlands, they lose everyone literally in the space of a second. And,
it's a great start for Denmark, though.
Yeah,
that's exactly what they needed. After losing three guns in the last round, they're able to keep all of their players alive, not losing a single member into that last round. So, nicely done from them. There's nobody on this B-bomb site initially to defend this push that's coming out, and they're actually going to put Mike S in window. He overextends and gets punished, and Cajun-B's nade finishes off Kai's King. So, we are going to be into that 3 versus 5, and this is actually a save situation now for the Netherlands. You can see they're not pushing up aggressively into this one as they do have a 2-man disadvantage, not a lick of damage onto anybody on the Danish side at all, and inherently a very tough situation. Just a fast strategy. They switch up the pace on the Denmark side, and it works out big for them as this is going to be pretty much a round for almost free.
Yeah, no, I mean, they don't have to sacrifice anyone here. They're hunting because they want to take these guns up for the Netherlands. They're having a triple peek there as Chris J finds 2 in mid. It's going to go 3-on-3, but I mean, there's no time for them to retake it. They're literally just trying to save. And, well, as Oversoul gets taken down from behind, MSL's coming on through. Careby finds one on a fast shield. 2 going to fall on a Chris J to try and stay alive, but MSL, Cajun-B, both peek him at the same time with a nice dual peek there to secure the 4th round on the board for Denmark. I mean, you can just tell that they're very comfortable on dust. They're playing out these strategies. They know that they're going to work. You know, they know exactly precisely what they're doing every round. The executions and the timing has just been so in their favor.
Keep going for a minute. I lost my sound in my headphones. I don't know what happened.
No, that's good then. And, well, yeah, it's going to go 4-0 currently as Denmark, they're buying up into this round. MSL finds one to start things off. Magiskboy comes in with one as well. It's going to be an eco as well from Netherlands, so less than ideal. And Cajun-B finding one to Chris J is probably going to be that nail in the coffin for this round. For Sheer, it's going to be the last hope for the Netherlands side. And he's got that deagle in hand. He's been devastatingly effective with it in the past, but it's hard to be effective when you're in hell because Magiskboy finds the headshot there, and it's going to go 5-0. Denmark currently with a very, very convincing lead, and now it's going to be a rifle by coming out from the Netherlands side as they pick up those 2 orbs on Mike S and Chris J. And 3 rifles across the board. It is going to be a 3-man stack over towards that A side. 2 crossing, and no one's going to get caught out there in the cross. Cajun-B unable to land that shot down mid. And now we are going to be going into a 3-1-2 setup. Sorry, just a 3-2 setup. Chris J is going to start things off with one of the dupreeh over towards long. It's going to go 4-on-5 with a 1-man advantage in the way of Netherlands. This is probably the best start we've seen them have since that pistol round. And potentially they could get their first round on the board now.
And that was actually a little bit scary there too for Chris J. that push comes so aggressively towards long A that they're able to get out on long and not be able to spot that. And now Chris J gets caught in the open on catwalk. They're already up on the cross. He just gets caught in no man's land, so he gets taken down straight away. It's going to be traded back, a 2 versus 1. Or a 2-for-1 trade, but KGB is going to be able to find the advantage. Nice shot from Oversoul. Does take down Caribou, who was playing from behind barrels there on Catwalk. And now we're going to see the up-on-up battle, and that's going to be KGB going down. So it's all on MSL in 1 versus 3. He's got it all to do. He's 8-2 on the scoreboard. This man has been doing some serious work for his squad thus far into this matchup and in the last. And we'll see if he can do it. He picks up 2. He's isolating the 1v1s very effectively. And he gets the clutch 1v3. And that's a beautiful, beautiful job from MSL. Gets the AWP as well. He found the 1v1 down in CT spawn under the scope player. Wasn't ready for him to peek around. And then he's going to just be able to isolate those remaining 2 1v1s. And that's just a beautiful, beautiful clutch round there from MSL. 11-2 for him. And he has been stepping up in a big way for the Danes.
Yeah, I mean, I was eating a mouthful of muesli when he just did that, and
I don't know what that is.
My jaw dropped so much that it's all over my lap now. I'm not even kidding. Right, Oversoul's going to start things up for the defrag on the Kirby, but MSL out mid's going to be able to find one. Very aggressive here, backed up, of course, by Cajun B, I believe, and while he's able to get that return frag onto Case King, now it's going to go 1 versus 3 for Oversoul, and sadly not going to be able to make that happen with the Deagle in hand. It's going to go 7-0 in Denmark. They are steamrolling ahead right now. Netherlands, they haven't even had a look in it around, and the only round that looked remotely promising was that 3 versus 1, and MSL just got one of the nicest clutches I think we've seen so far throughout all the TWC. So, I mean, you know, he did that perfectly. Like you say, isolating the one-on-ones, playing it out, and then securing that round. An aggressive push in towards B is going to be met by a little bit of resistance, but good flashes on the tag early on is going to bode well for the Danish side as Mykes trying to hold this one down. 1 versus 3 for the push as the rest of the Danish side start coming in. He manages to make it 3 before getting taken down, though. He's had a huge impact into this round, taking it into a 2-on-3 and just delaying the push so much that the Netherlandic side can rotate these players in. Cajun B gets dropped as well. It's all going to fall into dupreeh here. 1 versus 3. AWP in hand, misses that very crucial shot. And that's going to allow Oversoul out onto the site. For Shears there as well. Rotate is already fully underway. And while they should be able to mop this one up, dupreeh gets taken out of 28 HP. For Shear just spraying through that smoke like a madman. Somehow they haven't found him. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. But apparently if you're these 2 players, you miss 100% of the shots even if you do take them. Because right now they've put about 60 rounds through this smoke and it still hasn't been able to find one under dupreeh. And now he's going to be looking to save that AWP as he runs into lower tunnels.
Yeah, the bomb's actually dropped out by B platform, so a little bit difficult. He's actually just going to stand in the Molotov for a second as he waits for the peek from Oversoul, but not going to be the case. Netherlands finally get their first round on the board, and a P90 gets bought and dropped over, so that's a little bit of a waste of money right there. That's 2250 or 2350, 2250 that they're going to waste into this round, so a little bit of a miscommunication there. dupreeh was the one that actually bought that and dropped it. They're back into a double up setup here on the T side. Now it's actually dangerous in the last round, where both of the remaining 2 players that were alive for the Danish side both had AWPs, but look at that pop flash out mid. Chris J, no joy, he gets dropped, and now a push comes in towards CT spawn. Oversoul's going to be able to rectify that with 1 frag onto Caribou. But the smoke comes out for the mid-B split. Kais King is going to be here. He's going to be able to find the shot, and now they've got to figure out, do they want to continue to push behind this, or do they want to fall back? And they're going to fall back into the mid doors and try to make something happen from this one. And Kais King actually overextending a little bit. He's actually left the B bomb site completely open, so if they would have gone for that 2-pronged attack, they would have been able to find a little bit of an avenue of attack into that B bomb site. But Mike S with his AWP, he's been strong into this map so far with it. See if he can continue on as he finds one more pick on a Magic's boy up there on the catwalk platform.
Yeah, Mykes actually top of the leaderboard right now. Oversoul comes in with 1 on a dupreeh in mid. That's going to be him going down into Uniform on occasion B. 1 versus 4. He's got the AWP in hand. But I mean, unless he can open this up with a nice frag onto Mykes, I wouldn't say he's got too much of a good chance of clutching this one out. 45 seconds left. Bomb in hand as well as that AWP. He has been devastating with it so far. But I mean, Case King as well coming in from CT is going to be trying to land that cheeky little jump shot there. And Mykes just honing his sights into the short push here. KGB trying to head in through mid. Don't want that AWP in hand, but he's walking into a crossfire here and he doesn't even know it. He knows there's one up towards B. Oversoul's there and he's not expecting to be playing this rather weird angle. That's going to be him going down. It's going to go 2-7 as Netherlands, they secure their 2nd round on the board. And I mean, like I was saying previously, Mykes, I mean, I rinsed him a little bit in this regard. I wasn't too nice to him. I said, you know, he was doing really bad. A bot would have been better, but I was only so harsh because you have to be, what is it? You have to be cruel to be kind. He's been such a key player to the Netherlands side, and right now he's demonstrating that as he's showing up in this game with that AWP. I mean, he's been a very key player in these rounds, and he looks to continue it as this map seems to be the reformed MikeS that we know and love.
Yeah, and that's the big thing. I mean, what did he have in the opening half of on Mirage?
Four
like
frags.
3 or 4 kills. Yeah, I mean, he did turn it around in the long run. I think he ended up getting like 8 or 9 kills in that second half, but Fasher going to throw his life away up there towards Goose in the A bomb site, and that's actually the bomb site defense is very, very light now, but a double frag comes out from MikeS. He lines him up, gets the collateral on dupreeh and MSL, and finally we're going to see a little bit of life come back in towards the Netherlands side, and Chris J on A is going to find Cajun B. It's going to be down to Careby and Magicsboy to try to get this 2 versus 3. It is a double op setup versus an op. There's 3 out of the 5 players have ops, and now 3 out of the 4 players have ops. As Chris J finds Careby at long A, it's all down to Magicsboy. What can he possibly do in this situation? He hasn't picked up a kill yet. I'm not sure that they actually realize that he has an AWP. But if he goes in towards A, he will be able to find his way on in towards the site. Won't be that big of a deal for him to be able to get in there, but the big thing is he has absolutely no idea that there's no players over here holding this angle, and that's a one-way smoke for him to be able to peer out towards long A, trying to clear out the car side. There's just so much that he has to clear out, and he actually is going to drop down. Molotov off the mark, so that's going to at least alert him that there's a player at long. He can go for the cap play. He's actually going to peek out towards long, and Chris J switching up his position, and he's going to actually get aggressive behind this smoke. So this is maybe the right call, and there you go. Going to be able to find his 3rd on the round, and the Netherlands going to be able to answer back, find their 3rd round now. It's 3 in a row for him. The money is still okay for the Denmark side. They can still buy, so this is still a little bit dangerous where they can keep the pressure up, but they may just go for a save into this one and get the money right for the next round.
Yeah, it is looking like that's what they're going to be doing. You got the Deagle up on MSL. Potentially, you can make something happen with that. The rest of the team buying down to about 2,000, with the exception of Cajun B and Careby. They're trying to keep their money high. They're going to a, some sort of AWP setup, and Careby probably going to be picking up a good bit of utility as well. But the rest of the team, they're going to be opting to just eco into this, a little bit of a force as well across some of the players. 3 now pushing into top mid, 2 lower tunnel, so it's looking like mid is going to be the call of the day as they start to rush up on a short. All 5 members of Denmark here to try and take this. Fashir is going to be the one to try and answer back, and while he's doing good damage as he picks up one, Molotov comes in from Oversoul as well. That's going to hamper this, and Oversoul in with the spray down. Chris J finds 2, and there's the Molotov and the AWP frag to secure the 4th round on the board. I mean, it was basically an eco, so maybe the hype was a little bit misjustified, but it was pretty cool nonetheless. It's going to go 4-7, 3 rounds between these 2 teams now, and Netherlands, they're slowly but surely closing this gap. Why was that so hard to say, Corey? I don't know.
I don't know either. MikeS, though, goes down straight away at the beginning of this round to dupreeh's AWP. But look at the aggression on long A. 3 players over here for the CT side. Chris J going to take an aggressive angle with this AWP. He's going to spot a player outside of the site, but he's not going to be able to spot anybody close. And there's the trade, comes in. MSL is going to be able to light him up, takes him down. They're not expecting another player to be there. Oversoul going to be able to get a little bit of sneaky beaky play, but Carby's going to be able to snuff him down, and that is going to leave it on a 2 versus 4 situation as Denmark again back in control of this round, as they do carry both AKs and 2 AWPs forward into this one. KaizKing has salvaged an AWP. He's going to be looking to do a little bit of damage with this one, but they haven't pushed up on long A. They haven't even smoked across yet. All 4 players from Denmark are down here, just looking for an aggressive play from the CT side as KaizKing goes for a little bit of an information play, but he's not going to be able to find anything behind that. And they're still not pushing up from the T side.
Yeah, no, I mean they're just taking it slow. I mean, and you can tell how the amount of respect they're giving Netherlands has changed, because Netherlands are looking a lot stronger into this map. They've already
that was
got
the
more
worst smoke
now.
I've ever seen for CT.
Yeah, no, that was terrible. But you know, it kind of smokes off somewhat if they were playing up on these short boxes. So you know, that's always good. And it's all going to fall on a Fashir now, 1 versus 3. He's in CT spawn. He's going to try and do a little bit of damage here. He does find one in the dupreeh. That's going to start things off well, seeing as Careby and Cajun B both low HP. Molotov up on the site. It's going to be trying to flush out Careby, but he's of course playing the ramp area. He's going to get the peek in. Fashir gets taken down, and it's going to go 4-8 now as Denmark, they want to try and extend this lead a little bit. I mean, they need to start getting some rounds in a row. They started off very, very strong by securing 7 in a row, but since then, Netherlands, they've come in, they've got 4. And Denmark now potentially going to start this winning streak back up. But Netherlands, they've got enough money to buy into this round. 2 AWPs on MikeS and Chris J, the dedicated AWPers of the team. They've been doing phenomenally well with those. And well, let's see what they can do. You notice they're a lot more passive on the mid now. They know that Kirby, of course, not Kirby, they know that KaZhanB landed that shot very early on previously with the AWP, and that is something that may have made them lose the previous round. But MyKess playing that passive angle finds one under dupreeh. That's going to take it into a 4-on-5 with the one-man advantage to Netherlands, as no one comes through with the trade frag. So now it's all a matter of how did Denmark adjust to this. They've got 3 players over by Long, as well as that they're rotating Kirby in through lower tunnels. He's going to be challenging off against Chris J, who's playing up towards that short angle. And he might get taken down here as he pushes up through that smoke. Chris J, they just walk past each other. They actually touch each other there. Chris J rubbing his damn shoulders, and that's going to be the frag coming in on short. Chris J manages to find that one onto Kirby. That's going to give them a 2-man advantage now. And it's all going to fall on KaZhanB, Magisboy, and MSL to try and clutch this one out for the Denmark side.
Yeah, a lot of work left to be done in this one. KaizKing actually got tagged through the wall by KaZhanB at the very beginning of the round too, so if they're not able to capitalize on that early damage, that's going to be a little bit of a hindrance to themselves. But KaZhanB does find the return frag, finally able to finish off what he started at the beginning of this round. They've still got to deal with Oversoul down here in CT spawn. He's going to be just behind the white box on the left-hand side, but they're letting Magicsboy go up, but they've lost the bomb now. And that's a little bit of a hindrance. It is a 4 versus 1. Magicsboy with only 25 seconds. Spots the shadow. MyKess going to be up there looking for one, but MyKess peeks out, finds the opportune time as the distraction comes in from Oversoul. And that will be the Netherlands getting a nice reset onto the Denmark side. So the Danes going to be on pistols into this one. They're going to force into this round and put all their eggs in one basket. Look for a maybe a rush B don't stop strategy into this one. They might just be able to get out and do the punishment, because B worked for him early on in the half. And they know that MyKess is holding this with an AWP, but he's going to be playing from window this time around. As you see the smokes, the flashes coming in towards that B-bomb site. And now MyKess is going to have a field day. Picks up 1, picks up 2, looking for a 3rd. Going to get that one as well, looking for a 4th, but it's going to be KaizKing to finish that one off. And it's all going to be down to KRB in a matter of moments.
Yeah, I don't think they were expecting the Force Buy to go this horribly, but when you rush a site that MyKess is on like that, with, you know, with just fanning on out, no utility to go into it, you're asking for trouble. He's been on fire, as a matter of fact, in this Dust 2 map. Like, fair play to him as well. Mirage, not his day. He wasn't feeling it, but now he's come back. He's revamped. He's rebooted. And he's all ready to go for Dust 2. We animated in the last round of the first half. 6-8 is the scoreline. Netherlands, they nearly managed to close it into a 7-8, which is a fairly respectable score. I mean, you can't ask for more even than that on Dust 2. Boost up in mid over this smoke. It's going to allow them to try and get a little bit of information as to where Denmark are playing. And it's going to be Oversoul now playing this mid area with the... I believe he's just got an AK, so no AWP mid. Very interesting strategy, but I mean, it's the Force Buy from Denmark. They opted to do a double force strat at the end. I think they were expecting to at least get a bomb plant into this. Oversoul, he's going to peek out mid. It's going to get flashed, but he manages to escape with his life. MyKess rotating on down to set up the crossfire. Smoke goes into CT. MyKess could be in a potentially bad location. KaZhanB gets dropped, and that's going to start them off now with a 1-man advantage. MyKess 29 HP, which is less than ideal as he rotates up towards that B site. But I mean, it's still going to give them that critical advantage early on up against these ecoing players. They've already got more firepower, and now they have more men as well.
So the scout from Magicsboy is going to have to do the damage into this round. 3 Deagles to support. Very tough position for the Danish side to be in. They do take an advantage into the second half. It's just a matter of if it's going to be 3 rounds or 1. Flashbang out through long A, going to be looking for the damage. There is a player down in pit to deal with. That is going to be Fasher. Pop Flash comes out around the corner from his teammate at the top side of A. Pop Flash comes out from down in pit, but another counter flash comes out. He's going to get blinded up a little bit. He's got to find this frag on the MSL, and he will do that. Oversoul comes in to help out as well. So this is getting quelled relatively quickly, and just like that, it gets mopped up. 8-7, very even half, as the Netherlands bring it back. At one point, this was 7-0. In favor of Denmark. 7 out of the last 8 rounds going the way of the Dutch. And very nice recovery from them. And again, talking about recoveries, MyKess top fragging for the Netherlands side. It's really nice seeing him be able to recover. And again, MSL top fragging for the Denmark side. It's been dupreeh who's had a very quiet half. 3-10.
Yeah, I do feel like the analysts, they're definitely going to chime in on the impact that MyKess is having, and also the lack of impact that dupreeh is having in contrast to the Mirage game that we saw previously. I mean, effectively in the last map, it was almost a 5 versus 4 in favor of Denmark, because MyKess just wasn't showing up to the plate. But I mean, you know, now he's a little bit late to the party, but he's here and he's ready to go, and he's top fragging. Whereas now towards the Danish side, they're kind of at the 1-man disadvantage in terms of having dupreeh, who's, you know, 3 and 10. That's not good for him. But anyway, Denmark now on the CT side going for an aggressive push up mid. Is going to get punished as KGB gets taken down very low early on. And there's a lot of players here to counteract this. Fashir gets one. He manages to make it 2. He's just a pistol round god right now as he secures 2 frags. Chris J gets dropped as well. Oversoul in towards long. Finds one onto the aggressive Magisboy. And well, Fashir, his pistol knowledge just knows no bounds here as Case King picks up 1. Fashir gets the 3K. So that's a 3K now on both pistol rounds, I believe.
Yeah, but this time Netherlands actually win it, which is a nice turnaround.
Which is always nice, yeah.
Yeah, so they continue this run. I mean, 8 rounds out of the last 9 going the way of the Dutch, and they continue to push forward. So it's nice seeing that. And, you know, the frag distribution on the terrorist side for the Netherlands is looking pretty good. I mean, 7 from top to bottom, yeah, but it's 14, 14, 12, and 11 for the 4 fraggers that are at the top. Case King has been a little bit lackluster, but not that big of a deal as they are tied back up. And, I mean, you look at it on the opposing side, it's 15 to 12 to 10 to 7 to 4. So, big difference. 11 frags from top to bottom. And we'll see Kais King leading the push up there on Catwalk. He's going to be able to find the opener on the Magis. And Kirby's going to have to do some work, but unfortunately he's going to fall a little bit flat. Now it's down to Dupree with the Desert Eagle. Finds 1. Going to be looking for some more. Case King is going to be over here. Doesn't realize that he's getting aggressed upon, but Dupree is going to be able to find 2 kills. Now he's very, very low. He's going to get finally flanked out. No MSL coming around. And Fasher finds a couple of really nice shots there to close out the round with only 5 HP. Gets the job done, and the Netherlands are going to be able to skate away with that round, but it was a little bit dangerous there for a second as Dupree finally finding footing into that round.
Yep, and I think for the first time in this whole match, I'll be honest, the Netherlands taking the round advantage. Oversoul starting off with a nice headshot down mid onto MSL. With the scout through the wall. Doesn't get much nicer than that. And it's going to be a full-on eco here for Denmark. So they have very little to work with. And, well, Case King comes in, finds one with the Bison.
People's on! Look at him do work.
And he manages to make it 3. That's going to be a lot of money in the bank. He's got $1 million as well as the result of the 3K there. I mean, look at that money. I mean, 7 grand almost this early on. Oversoul is on almost 8. The economy on the Netherlands side looking very, very strong, and Oversoul actually opting to stick with the scout into this round, trying to play maybe more of the damaging support role here as he looks down mid. Not going to be able to challenge anyone as doesn't land that shot as they cross Denmark. They don't have an AWP up yet, so are going to be playing a fairly passive mid-hold with Kirby in through window. And I mean, the push down from short early on from Cajun B, trying to spot out a little of information, doesn't spot those 2 players in lower tunnels. So, you know, right now they don't have a lot of information as to what the Netherlands are doing. 1 minute 30 on the clock, so plenty of time to work with here as they do take mid control early on, and no one's there to challenge either. I mean, you got 4 players here in mid. No one's been able to spot them out. Mike S playing that kind of solo lurk role over towards the B site. And, well, I mean, Denmark, they have nothing to work off here. Kirby is going to be looking down in the mid, so you might be able to spot out a player here. Dupree is watching the CT cross as well, and well, this is the only information they're going to get. Smoke goes down. Dupree sprays with that smoke, gets down for Sheer to 6 HP, but isn't able to pick up the frag as the push is underway. Playing these close boxes, Kirby gets punished for that by Cage King. Well, the push of the smoke, Dupree finds 1, he finds 2, he manages to make it 3. That's the triple kill on the board for him now, and it's all going to fall on Oversoul and Mike S. 2 versus 3 here to try and clutch this one out. Scout kill does come in. And they do manage to get the bomb over towards the site. 40 seconds left. Dupree once again pushing another smoke, and it just seems to be working for him right now as they don't know he's out on the site. Bomb's going to be getting planted. He hears it. He spots out Oversoul. He's able to land that shot. He finds 1. He goes for the 5th, and he nearly gets the ace. But Magisboy is a thieving little... bastard.
Bastard. You can call bastard.
There you go.
Bastard.
There you
Give him
go.
a little
Fine.
bastard.
We'll say that, yeah. You know what, Magisboy, you just ruined the ace clip. Montage makers, stop shadow playing this. Stop odd shotting it. It got ruined. Let's go back to the drawing board. As it goes 10-9, Denmark get the 9th round on the board.
That's
and
massive.
Trying to, yeah, that was
Dupree.
massive indeed.
Considering that going into that round he was 6 and 12, 6 and 13, I mean, and he's able to get a big 4K out of that. That's confident building 4K. So nicely done from him, getting cheeky with the smokes, pushing through 2 different smokes, finding a boatload of kills out of that round. So really, really nice stuff from him. But the early damage this time around is going to be the AWP onto MSL, drops him down to 19 HP. So he's already pretty much counted out of this round. 1 bullet's going to finish him off. A dunk nade will take him down. Pretty much any of that good stuff. But a lot of aggression coming out from the Netherlands side on Catwalk. You do see there are 3 players over here towards A, and it's going to be Cajun B in a familiar position. He's playing from the A slope, looking for picks onto the Catwalk, and this is something that he does very, very well. He was one of the guys that kind of defined the meta of playing the AWP from car side. That's why you see the revamped strategy with the smokes and the flashes and everything like that to try to push that player off of that area. As you see Chris J get aggressive, he's going to get punished, and there you go. cajunB's position has been revealed on that A ramp, on that A slope, and he is going to be able to find the opening pick going the way of Denmark. So even though there was opening damage onto MSL from the mid pick, it's going to get rectified immediately as cajunB finds that nice pick onto Chris J, and that's an AWP out of the hands of the Netherlands side. So it's a really big find.
Yeah, indeed, and that does, of course, give Denmark the one-man advantage early on. Netherlands, they're trying to adjust to this rather nicely. They force that one player to mid. That's going to be MikeS trying to get this frag onto dupreeh. As the push out to the B site is going to be on the way. kjaerbye's there, though, and he manages to find two. That's going to be Oversoul and Bashir both getting taken out. Aggressive push from Magiskboy down in the mid. Yields a kill on a MikeS. That's the trade frag coming in, and now it all falls on a KazeKing. 1 versus 4 here. He's pushed up very aggressively on towards that A site. 5 seconds left. He's got to save that gun. And while they are going to be hunting him here, he drops down in the CT. They spot him out. MSL goes running in for it at the speed of light. Bayonet charge him, but it's not enough. KazeKing lands that headshot, and MSL goes down. So a little bit of damage there at the end of the round. And he does manage to secure an AK for his troubles. But now it's just going to be, I imagine, an eco round. They might try force buying up behind the AK, but nah, Oversoul's going to be grabbing the Scout. Takes it down to 3,600. That will still leave him with enough money, hopefully, to invest into an AWP next round.
Another tag through mid as well.
Yeah.
kjaerbye's down to 66. It's a Scout this time. If it was an AWP, that would have found a lot more damage, but that's okay because they do have the firepower advantage here on the Denmark side. They do have that AK in the hands of KazeKing, but aside from that, it's going to be the Scout and pistols to support, and they are posturing up for B. Do have Oversoul here in middle. He's going to drop out a flashbang through mid. Maybe try to pull a little bit of a distraction onto some of these players over in that area, but I mean, it's kjaerbye outside of B. You've also got MSL that's going to be watching that B halls as well. So, I mean, this is going to be a kind of a difficult situation. The bomb is rotated down through mid towards that lower dark area, but now it's Oversoul just trying to make that distraction as best that he can to keep that rotation out from that B bomb site. And kjaerbye is over here towards that mid double doors with a teammate in tow. That is going to be dupreeh playing from CT. But look at this. He's actually just going to go aggressive and push through the smoke. And now he's got this extremely fast flank in towards B, but it's MSL to clean up 2. dupreeh is there as well. Finds MikeS, and MSL locking it down. The last player alive is going to be Oversoul on Cat. And this has gone horribly, horribly wrong. kjaerbye's going to finish him off. And now Denmark find themselves back in the lead with an 11-10 scoreline.
Yeah, it was looking so good for Netherlands, and now it has all started to kind of come apart as Denmark, they're stepping things up on the CT side. They secure that round flawlessly. MSL holding down that B site. They just allowed the rotate to come on through. He picks up 3 players, manages to not get traded down as well. The 4th gets taken down by kjaerbye, who rotates it onto the site, and he buys them so much time to do that. Now we're going to get into the 22nd round. 10-11 is this scoreline currently, and Netherlands, they're trying to fight to hold on to this and potentially take it to a fairly competent scoreline. I mean, if they win this, then they could be in with a shot of you know, putting a significant dent in the Danish economy. It is me a very heavy presence coming on here as dupreeh flashes through, goes for the peek out into mid, and he's able to get taken down by Chris J. So now it's going to give that 1-man advantage over to Netherlands. Chris J going to make it 2, but he's unable to land that shot onto cajunB, who's playing with the AWP up towards A. They push up through short, though. It's going to buy them that site. kjaerbye through the smoke finds one on a Chris J in a CT spawn. It's going to go 4-4. The rotate's already well and truly underway. 2 players coming up short. Netherlands, they're just getting collapsed upon right now, but Magiskboy gets taken down by Oversoul. He's watching that smoke. He's not going to expect kjaerbye to be peeking through as well, and kjaerbye makes it 2. He's been such a key player right now. For sheer 1 HP gets dunked into the next dimension by that nade, and it's going to go 10-12 now as Denmark get their 12th round on the board. kjaerbye, what's happened? Did he hear us? Did he hear us throw in some shade at him? And now he's just started playing out of his mind, because on the CT side, I would say he's been the key player.
I'm not really even sure what he's been up to in the opening half. I mean, that was really, really nicely played from him. There was a smoke on catwalk. He actually, kjaerbye just one-ways that. He gets the pick down on CT spawn on the Chris J, goes up on the catwalk, and then he kind of one-ways that smoke and finds 2 kills out of it, which is really, really nice. Just using positional advantage in that situation, nets himself 3 kills on the round. And we will see a reinvestment from the Netherlands side as they are starting to build up that loss bonus, that bomb plan helping out in the last round. Now, utility being a little bit of an issue, but look at this push through. Magiskboy is going to get caught out. MikeS forward of the smoke. Gonna be able to find that headshot, and now Long A has been lost. Kai's King over here from lower B is gonna get pushed on by KRB, and is he gonna go straight through the smoke again? It looks like he is. Yes, he does. He gets himself out towards mid, and this is actually inherently very dangerous. There is a player up on catwalk. He's gonna get spotted out. KRB's gonna be able to find that. Now they can pinch on these players at Long A, and Kai's King has no idea where KRB has gone because the camera wasn't on that angle. So he's gone through terrorist spawn. Now he's got the pinch on him. If they fall back from Long A, he's going to be at least able to pick up one more kill. Now they can rotate all of their forces in towards A. So even though they had the man disadvantage, they've got 3 players on this A bomb site. They've got 1 player at Long A just watching for the flank. And look at MSL's position. Going to be able to line up 2, does tremendous damage onto both of those players, and now he can start to pounce KRB from Long A. Mike S very, very low around the long double doors, but he's made a lot of noise in this area, and Cajun B, the smoke on CT starts to fade. He's going to be able to find Fasher over there towards that truck side, and that is going to at least equalize things. But look at the HP advantage here for the CT side. And, oh, Cajun B, filthy shot there onto Chris J, and the bomb has been dropped.
Yep, 15 seconds left. They've got to do something, and they've got to do it quick.
Look at my guess, though, the flank.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was going to address that, but I mean, the reason why that would have been so effective is because you had, what was it? Was it KRB pushed up towards long, like you say? And him rotating back and then going through mid signified that he thought all the players had pushed up. So the fact that Mike S actually pushed around behind them after that, they had no clue he was there in that position. But sadly, you know, they ran out of time. He was only able to get 1 frag as the rest of his team got taken down. That round had been played out just a tiny bit faster than it could have been an entirely different story. But it's going to go 10-13. Denmark posting up with a 3-round lead currently. And Netherlands, they have to try and answer back now. They do get taken down by dupreeh as he finds one on a Case King down towards mid. He's going to be falling back, looking to escape with his life. And that's going to give Denmark the 1-man advantage early on. Now they've got the firepower advantage, the utility advantage, and of course a man advantage. So it's going to be very, very promising for them going into this round. As the rest of the Netherlands now heading over towards that long A angle. Chris J is going to be the one to try and open things up. Magic Boy gets tagged down low. It's going to pick up that frag, though, as Chris J falls and dupreeh comes in for the trade. Mike S is able to find one, do a little bit of damage, but that's going to be it. And now it's going to fall into this 2 versus 4 situation here for Fashir and Oversoul.
And Oversoul trying to go toe for toe with KRB, but he's going to come up a little bit short. Fasher does find find dupreeh, and then finds an op shot from Cajun B. So we will see Denmark take a 14-10 lead, and ever since they've gotten onto the rifles in this second half, they have been dominating throughout. And you can see they've picked up the pace. dupreeh, he only had a handful of frags going into the second half. He's picked up the pace a lot. Magic Boy is actually at the bottom now at 13 and 18, but from top to bottom, again, MSL leading the charge. He has been extremely strong throughout this series, both on Mirage and now on Dust 2. He was the top fragger throughout most of Mirage. I believe it was actually dupreeh that stole that crown away from him at the end of that, but throughout Dust 2, he's been the leader. He had 15 frags going into the second half, so he hasn't gotten a whole lot into this second half, but with 4 assists, he's doing a lot of damage into some of these rounds. 5 assists for Magic Boy, so you can see how they're really kind of turning the heat up. Fasher looking for this push from KRB, and he is going to be able to find it, so they've at least equalized, making it a 4-on-4.
Yeah, well, they do get a lot of intel out of that. They know that these players are over towards that B site. MSL gets flushed out by the Molotov, but is able to find one on a Case King, and that's going to put into his 4 versus 3, but the man advantage returned back onto Denmark here. Netherlands trying to change up their strategy. Chris J is going to peek out mid. He's going to get caught off guard by dupreeh. He's pushed up through long. Bashir trying to get the trade in, coming in through T-Spawn, is able to do so. So that's going to put into this 2 versus 3. 50 seconds left on the clock. Oversoul finds one on a Magic Boy in mid as well. That's going to go 2-on-2 now, and a very aggressive play coming out from MSL here, pushing through those lower tunnels, trying to catch these players off guard. And it might potentially work here as none of them are ready for this. Slowly making his way down the stairs. He might be able to pick up both frags here. He picks the corner at the right time, but he just misses it. They're slowly making their way up short, but they're not going to account for him to be this close behind. And then over towards that site, it's going to be Cajun B, AWP in hand. Oversoul's got to beat him on the peak here. He's not going to do so. Cajun B picks him up, and he does good damage. And then MSL comes in from behind to finish things off. 10-15 is the scoreline as we reach what could potentially be match point here.
Well, we are on match point.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant to say. I meant to say series point.
This is
but
series point.
Also that, yeah. Or when you fall at the last hurdle.
Oh
yeah.
Man.
But at 10-15 currently,
Harry,
4 players pushing
with
in
you
towards
today.
long.
I just can't even with you.
Trying to watch mid with the scout in hand. Isn't going to do anything just yet. dupreeh gets one on the Mike S, and that's going to start off Denmark with that 1-man advantage. Fairly crucially, the rest of the players having to rethink this long strategy as Flash does go out, and while Cage King's able to make his way out towards the blue box, but dupreeh comes in with one with the CZ in hand. Cage King unable to get that trade in as well. And that's going to give them a two-man advantage now towards the Netherlands side, towards the Danish side, sorry.
Make it 3 though is dupreeh's going to just light him up, and he's not going to let MSL lead the charge into this final map. He's got one more that he needs in order to tie up the scoreline. MSL still the top fragger at 21 and 17, 20 and 17 for dupreeh, but this one looking like it could potentially be done and dusted as we move forward into this potential final round. And it looks like it could be a 16-10 as it is a 2-on-5. Very unlikely with the Scout and an AWP that these players are going to be able to bring this one back. But remember, it isn't up in the hands of Chris J, but Caribee, fully flashed, going to find that headshot with that M4 onto Oversoul in mid. And now it's all down to Chris J. Does have the bomb on his back, but I mean, the positional advantage for the Denmark side, and he's going to come down in towards mid, and he's got no armor. He gets chewed up and spit out. Magicsploit going to finish that one off, and that will be the 16-10 victory. So 2-0 scoreline in this BO3, 16-11 and 16-10. Mirage and Dust2 go the way of Denmark, and they will be moving on, sending the Netherlands home. And that is a beautiful, beautiful start to our double best-of-3 day that we have leading off here. Harry, any closing thoughts on this opening best-of-3?
Yeah, I mean, it just goes to show you that what we said about Kiabi and him not showing up proved to be a fairly huge thing. It was effectively a 4 versus 5. He started playing well on the CT side, like you rightfully pointed out. And ultimately, it led to them taking a fairly convincing win, 16-10. So, you know, commiserations to Netherlands. You're going to be going home, whereas, well, the Danish side, they are going on through. So, yeah, that's that. That's my thoughts on it.
All right, so we're going to send things back over to our analyst desk. And why don't you take it away, Svujik?
That was it.
Damn
Yeah.
it!
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Denmark will be the second team in Group A behind France. Congrats to Denmark. They're gonna move on to the playoffs of the main qualifier for the TWC 2016. Analysts 16-10. Rema getting one more point. It's 5 in total, right?
5 in total, yeah.
Yeah, good job. Although Dusan, also good job. You said it. Mike, yes, he's gonna step up. He did, but once again, it just wasn't enough.
And the thing for me is like they were losing 7-0, and they come back and equalize it 7-7. They end up losing the half 8-7. Not a big difference going into your T half after your CD half, and then what happened? Like.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, just where did all that momentum from coming back to the score went? Like you're going with that momentum, huge momentum on your from your CD side on your T side, where you can just keep going and suddenly you're nowhere to be found. And
they won a pistol round and a couple of more after that. They were leading 10-8, but at that point, everything stopped.
They were looking like disorganized, and I'm not really sure what happened there. But I mean. Next year, unfortunately, they have to put a little bit of practice in it.
I think the crucial player, the player that gave momentum, no pun intended. I think that dupreeh with those 4 kills, I think that gave really good momentum for Denmark after he got those, and we have a replay of that. And I think he really played good. I think timing was on his side. Then. Like he goes out here, kills 3 guys. The 3rd guy was low, but that was dupreeh's shot at first.
I don't know what Cajun is doing here, but
yeah,
never mind.
It's Cajun. So we have dupreeh now. Like I think this was the god timing for him. Like while Lurstrevo was looking at the door, like when he moved behind the Xbox, and then unfortunately didn't get an ace, but he got a quad kill and managed to win the round by himself for them. And I think from that point on, I think Denmark had a huge momentum.
Yeah, I mean, till that point, Denmark lost, 10 out of 11 rounds, right?
Yeah.
If we count the comeback.
Yeah.
So that was really a crucial round.
What I don't like about it, about that round is why keep the scout? Like, you know that CDs are going to have a full buy. They had the money, they saved, you know they're saved. Why keep that scout? And even though, I mean, okay, keep the scout, but be in a position where you can utilize it. And he was the guy, I think, with this C4. You have to go in the site with that weapon, so why wouldn't have it in the first place? Have a rifle, and maybe the round could have ended differently. But I mean, yeah, he pushed through smoke. He came behind them, but like 2 guys weren't even aware that he was behind them. He kills 1 guy, and 2 guys. Okay, yes, you're taking this B side, but just turn around, kill him. It's 2 against 1, and then you can go into the site with your. I think they were squeezing site right from tunnel and from B, so from mid to B. So I mean, just have more teamwork there, and that's all you need in that situation.
Yeah, but all in all, France #1 in Group A and followed with Denmark. So that's kind of, at the end of the day, that's kind of expected. Yeah. As we can see, France moving on from the first place and Denmark from the second place in Group A, and they will be in playoffs. Yeah, guys, let's not forget man of the match for what we saw.
I think dupreeh, just because I think he had a couple of good rounds on Mirage here and there, but I think on Dust 2 he was the crucial point of please stop. The point for Denmark, especially with that play on mid on first full buy round on their city side. So dupreeh is definitely the man of the match here.
Yeah, he was a pivotal player that held all the things in his hands, and he really did step up for his team today, and he's that one substitute that I was really looking forward to seeing today, him playing instead of NiKo. I mean, I kind of did it like instead of Config, that was Maggie's boy, and instead of NiKo, it was dupreeh. So I really expected dupreeh to play his best, and he really did. He showed us why he's playing it.
You said it, in the best of 3, experience prevails, and dupreeh alongside Cajun. Yeah, they're definitely bringing that experience to the Denmark team.
Imagine them playing together.
Well, not anymore.
Yeah.
Anything else to add before we go on a break?
Nope. Congrats to Denmark. Commiseration for Netherlands and.
What?
I'm just looking.
No, I know why you're laughing. That's why I started laughing as well.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know.
I'm dead serious.
And thanks to Netherlands for participating, have better showing. I mean, they had a good showing, but maybe with a better showing next year. And congratulations to Denmark, they're through to the playoffs. And I'm looking forward actually to the second match of the day.
Yeah, well, guys, that was it. We're going on a break. It's going to be kind of an hour-long break, so grab something to drink, grab something to eat. We'll be back at 4 p.m. CEST, bringing the match Russia against Turkey. See you then.